Hey friends, it's Matt Fouch, and this is Fouch and Friends, interviews with your favorite artist. Hey, today we have Karen Peck of Karen Peck and New River. If it's your first time watching, please hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any of the future videos that we release here on the channel. Karen has a phenomenal group called Karen Peck and New River. They've won many awards. They've been nominated for Doves, Grammys, all kinds of great stuff. But we had a great time catching up with Karen during these stay-at-home orders. Thanks so much for watching. Hey, Karen, how are you today?
Hey, Matt. Well, I'm doing well. Here we go after 9 weeks. Whew. Who'd have ever thought we'd be going through this?
Well, you guys have stayed busy during the 9 weeks, though. I've seen you guys doing a lot of different videos, and I think you guys even jumped on the bus recently and you had a little issue, but you guys have stayed busy, though.
Well, we did every week. We tried, well, for the most part, every week we tried to do like a Facebook Live just to stay in touch with the people. And we found that people were liking a lot of these online concerts. Matter of fact, we had, oh my goodness, Matt, we had a cookout, a Mexican food cookout. And right before we were going on the air, we realized that I had burned the rice. And then the avocados were so hard for the guacamole dip that Susan couldn't even get them out of the shell. And all of this went down like 5 minutes before we're to go on. And so it was really funny. And you know what? So many people are talking about that particular night. So it's been fun. But this past weekend, after 9 weeks of being off, we went back on the road for a couple of days. And we left out Friday night last week. So happy to be back on that bus. And we got about an hour and 15 minutes down the road. We live an hour north of Atlanta. So we got just a little past Atlanta, or yeah, something like that. And the bus broke down. And so here we are up most of the night. And the next day we had to get trucks to get us back home. My friend Donald and my sister Susan's husband came and got us in trucks, and we loaded up everything in the back of the truck, got the bus to a bus shop in Atlanta, drove back home, and moved our Saturday video filming to Monday. And then we had actually a date in Tennessee on Sunday. So we got up at 5:30, we had an SUV and a trailer, and we got up and we made it to the concert. 2 people got saved that afternoon. And so we said, you know what? We don't care. We don't care what it takes. If people are getting saved, we will do it. So it was really quite an adventure. But I will have to say this. It's amazing how, when God calls you to do something, he always makes a way for you to make your dates, or always make a way for you to continue to do what you're supposed to do. It may not be the way we think it should be, but God will show us if we just listen. And so it really wound up really being a fun trip.
Well, I mean, it seems like things always happen to you, Karen. Something, you're talking about with the cookout, all the issues and everything. But here's the thing that I love about what you do as well, is like you're always willing to do videos. You're always willing to do interviews. You're always willing to step up on main stage at NQC and host, or, whatever it is, you're willing to do it. And when you're willing to do it, sometimes things happen. Things don't go exactly as planned. But one of those things that I saw actually, when we're recording this, I actually just saw it last night, was like a little from home music video that you did with Kelly Nealon and Sherry Easter. That was fantastic. How did that come about?
Thank you. Honestly, I'm telling you, we posted that last night, and we have gotten so many views on that video, just having fun. Yes. So what happened 23 years ago, I did a solo project, and I wanted to record the song You've Got a Friend by James Taylor, and I wanted my 2 best friends to sing with me, Kelly Nealon Thompson, or Kelly Nealon Clark, and Sherry Easter. And the funny thing is, at the time, Kelly and I were expecting our babies. Kelly was pregnant with Autumn. I was pregnant with Carrie. We wound up having those babies let's see, November, yeah, 2 months apart. And so it was really just, so that album was very special to me because I was like 7 months pregnant with Carrie. And and then when the two of them came to sing on this, I was so happy with how it turned out. So fast forward 23 years later, Kelly texted me and she said, "What?" Text Sherry and me, and she said, "Hey, what if we were to get you sing it social media?" And she got her son-in-law Nathan Kiesler to put it together. So we just recorded our individual song and sent it to Nathan, and then we got it last night. It was having so much fun, and it's fun reading the comments. It could be just something fun, and I think it's turning into something really special.
Yeah, and I just happened to see it kind of before I went to bed. Y'all put it out kind of late in the evening, but I saw as I was getting ready to go to bed, and I mean, that's so cool. So I hit the share button real quick. I mean, if you guys are watching this and you haven't seen it yet, I think Kelly was the one that posted it, right?
It, and I posted it, and so people are sharing it and posting.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
check out either Kelly's page or Karen's page and go share that video because it's so good, y'all three. And y'all three sound so good together. Do y'all have plans to do a thing together, or is this just y'all going to keep your ministries separate? Because it sounded great.
Well, you know what? Who knows? I mean, you never know what's down the road. But even if we did like a project together, like maybe a record together or something, listen, I'm up for it. I think it'd be a lot of fun. And, you know, we all have so much in common. I mean, you know, we are just die hard, love what we do, and we're wives, we're mothers, we're group owners, and we just have so much in common. And I love those ladies. I really do. I mean, they inspire me so much.
If I were to make you pick one place that you are most looking forward to getting back to singing at once this whole thing is lifted, what place are you going to pick?
Okay, I look forward always to being in the church, because I feel like that in the churches, it's very intimate, and I love that. So I look forward to going back to the churches. And then, of course, Abraham Productions, we are doing an event at Gatlinburg Gathering in August that I look forward to every year. And I'm so thankful to be on the board of directors for Abraham. And so I really am looking forward to that. I mean, like, it's in Gatlinburg, Tennessee at the in August, and I have butterflies just talking about it. I'm so excited. And then, of course, NQC. I always look forward to the National Quartet Convention. It's one of the highlights of my year. So, you know, of course, there's so many. I mean, we have Branson. We've got, oh my goodness, Silver Dollar City, Dollywood. We have Loretta Lynn's place, Labor Day weekend. We got a women's conference coming up in Bennett, North Carolina. So there's a lot of, you know, it's hard. You know, I started that, then I gave you more than three.
Well, I didn't suspect that you would hold to the especially the one when I asked it, but because that's so hard to do, because there's so many places you look forward to going to, and you know, seeing so many different friends and people across the country. One thing I didn't want to make sure that I asked you, the song that has been your most popular song, I would assume, 4 Days Late. You've sang that song at many different places, many different events. And I know there are so many places, events, all that is going through your mind right now. But I think I know what the answer is going to be to this question, but I want to ask you, what's been the coolest place you've ever sang that song?
Oh my goodness, so many.
You have to narrow
Well,
this
you know,
down to one.
Okay, for one thing, this is the 20th anniversary for 4 Days Late this year.
Really?
And so yeah, so we're excited about that. Okay, oh my goodness, where would be the most, okay, there are so many. I'll name one. Okay. The year that we were nominated for a Grammy, we had the opportunity to go to Angelus Temple in LA. And we were invited to come and sing. A lot of the gospel artists, Jeff and Sherry were nominated that year. They were able to go as well. So there were several gospel artists that went to perform at that church. And there's a lot of history from that church because I love Amy McPherson, and she's the one that started that church in the early 1900s. So to be able to stand on that platform of that church and to sing 4 days late with their band and see the reaction of the people and how the Lord worked was just, I'll never forget it. So that's one of my most memorable times as well.
That's great. See, I think you have a video of you singing it over in Israel, right?
Oh my goodness. How could I have forgotten it? Oh, absolutely. Yes. You know what, Matt, you know more about me than I do.
That would be your, for sure, the one, like, it's the place it happened.
I cannot believe this. It was a bucket list for us to go to Israel, and it was a bucket list for us to sing 4 days late at Lazarus's tomb. Yes, that will be my favorite. That's it. That's the one. We'll never forget it.
Well, I'm sure you won't now that I've called you out on it.
I didn't think about that. I was thinking concert, but you were so right. That's the place. It was absolutely so surreal to stand in that tomb and to sing 4 days late, where he had been.
Yeah.
So it was really amazing.
And that's the reason why I asked that is because Legacy 5 has gone a couple times to Israel. And I know you guys have gone a couple times. And I absolutely love that trip. And I tell people all over the country that if you ever have the desire or it's on your bucket list or whatever, you should go while you physically have the capabilities to go. And it changes the way you read scripture. It changes your faith walk. It's just amazing. And then to add to it, when you go with a gospel music group, you get the opportunity to enjoy the songs that you've heard this group sing or that you've grown up singing in church or whatever. You get the opportunity to sing these songs potentially at the very place where it happened. And that is just amazing to me. And I love that part of the trips that we do. In addition to that, you have been singing with your sister and now your daughter for several years now. What is that? What are like the feels of that night in and night out, being with so many family members on stage with you?
Well, I would have to say this, being able to travel with Susan. We've had Susan, Ricky, and I, my husband Ricky and I started New River 29 years ago. And so we really have a very good working relationship. I guess because, when you're young, your sisters, of course, you argue and we used to fight like cats and dogs growing up. But, as we got older, we stopped that. And, she's my best friend, and I really adore her. I think Susan has been so solid, and she's very solid in every area. She grounds me because we're opposite in personalities. But so traveling with Susan is a blessing. And then, of course, my daughter and my son, Matthew, having them on stage, they've lived my calling their whole lives. Matthew was 10 days old when I brought him on the road, and Carrie was 3 weeks old. And so I never made them go on stage. I always let them try, would hire nannies. So Susan's son, Joseph, traveled as well. And we hired nannies so that they could stay on the bus and go outside and play ball. A lot of times we'd be inside, performing, and they'd be outside playing ball or playing on the playground. And we just wanted them to have as much of a normal life as possible. But on Sundays, they always had to come in because that was the Lord's day. And but after a while, we noticed that Matthew, he really wanted to be on stage. So Matthew started playing guitar with us on stage when he was 16 years old. And I just loved it. Matthew's a good worker. And I'll say this, I've had a lot of employees, but Matthew, he never complains. He gets in there and he works. And both our kids have always worked. And but then Carrie, I got sick one year. Carrie never wanted to be on stage because she was very shy and she got very nervous. And so I had gotten sick with laryngitis one January, and Susan went to Carrie and said, listen, Carrie, I know you can do this. So would you just help your mom while she has laryngitis? And so Carrie said, okay. And when she said, okay, I went, whoa. And, she's been on stage with us ever since. And honestly, I adore my children. They are my greatest blessings and my greatest accomplishments in life. And to have them on stage, there's hardly a time goes by that I'm not on stage, that I look over and I see those two. And I'm so proud of them. I'm proud of their relationship with the Lord, first and foremost, but I'm so proud that they have chosen to serve the Lord. And I'm just incredibly grateful.
That's wonderful. Thank you for sharing. I love hearing artists share about their families, and especially when those family members are on the road with them. It's so cool to hear them talk about their family and the connections that you all have. Karen, I've enjoyed myself today. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I just wanted to say this about Ricky. My husband Ricky runs a sound for New River. He does everything for us. He's really the rock of our family, but he's also the rock of our ministry. But this week, so many people were praying for Ricky. He had another MRI, and so he had a CT scan, and the Lord really touched him this week, and so his scans were clear.
Awesome.
So I just wanted to say that and thank everybody that prayed for Ricky, especially this week. And we're just very, very grateful. And also I want to say a shout out to Grant Gibson. Grant Gibson's our singer. He's been with us a little over 2 years, and we are so thankful to have Grant with us as well.
Anybody else you want to give a shout out to? You're going down the line. Go ahead.
I'm one of these interviewers that I talk too much. It's like, I'm not one of these that's going to be quiet. Like, you're going to ask me a question, and then about 10 minutes later, I may have answered it. I'm not sure. I'll get there. Eventually, if you stay with me.
I'll keep you on the path. We'll get there, okay? We'll get there.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing that update on Ricky. That's something that actually had slipped my mind. I was wanting to ask you about that, and while we've been chatting, I just forgot to come back around to it. So thanks for sharing that. I know so many folks have been praying for him and thinking about you guys during this time. Why don't you share with everybody watching where they can keep up with you guys, see the music that you're sharing, see all those great Mexican dinners that you're creating while we're doing this stay-at-home time, where they can connect with you?
Well, you can go on our website at KarenPeckandNewRiver.com, and also be watching us on Facebook. Go to Karen Peck and New River, go to our Facebook wall, be sure that you like our page and be watching, because we'll give you updates and let you know when we're going to be doing Facebook Live videos. We have a lot of things coming up in the near future that we hope you'll be interested in. And you know what? We just thank you for your prayers most of all. But listen, let me tell you, when we get back on the road, we want to see every one of you. And we have a new album that's out called Lift His Name. And so we sure hope that you all will enjoy that. We've got our song, The God I Serve, that was written by Sonia Isaacs, her husband Jimmy Yuri, Becky Isaacs, and I wrote it. We wrote it all together just weeks after our second trip to Israel. So Israel was inspired by The God I Serve. So we hope that you will take a listen.
That's awesome. Thank you all so much for watching this video. This has been Fouch and Friends with Karen Peck of Karen Peck and New River. You guys are so great. We appreciate our friends in the gospel music community for your support and your love for us. And we can't wait to see y'all out on the road. Karen, thank you again for your time today. And y'all go check them out, follow them. They're doing so much cool stuff. God bless you all, and we'll see you next time.